What's up, guys? You know who it is. It's Joy from Joyful Noise. And today, I really want to just point something out to you guys that knowledge is power, I never really understood, really into this year, trying to create a platform and something bigger for myself. I realized trying to go out and speak to people, I need something else than just ideas and opinions, right? So it really just made me think differently about knowledge and really reading. I wasn't so big into reading, I was like, oh, let me watch a video, but no. Reading is important. Studying is important, When you go into a field, you have to be an expert in that field, especially if you want to be educating other people, right? So that being said, I'm doing my best with really reading more, educating myself more on what I want to be teaching others, So that being said, today I wanted to just read off of a scripture in the Bible, and that scripture is John chapter 8, verse 7, right? And I'm going to read it because I don't want to butcher it up. But pretty much, it says, let any one of you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her, right? So that being said, first thing that I thought of when I was reading that is humble yourself. Humble yourself, because I know a lot of people want to throw hands and point fingers and just accuse other people, but not enough people, I feel, really evaluate on what they have done and said, okay, let me think about this. I'm going so hard on this person, but then have I really thought about what I've been doing? Am I the best person? Am I so perfect, right? And I feel like this is just so important because not a lot of times we really want to evaluate ourselves and think of ourselves as something else other than a victim, right? Victims don't really, they see themselves as what happened to me. Why is this happening to me? And, there are victims in situations. So I will never take that away from anybody. But this just saying, if you are going to judge people and really hold people to what they are doing, make sure you are doing the same, right? Because I know, there's a lot of times that we want to be pointing out what our significant other did, or pointing out what our friend did, or pointing out what other family or strangers did. And then it's like, let me ask you a question. And yes, let's go deeper into it. Yeah, think about those, because you're probably thinking about that time that you ain't, they might not know what you did, but it's running in the back of your head. You know what you did to this person, but you just don't want to say it. You know that you got some secrets that you did that you're not proud of, that you want to hide. And regardless if people know or not, you are still, guilty. Not even guilty, but you still have that blood on your hands, right? And not saying this to be like, oh, you gotta hold your weight and be guilty and feel shame for it. No, it is not saying that. It is just literally saying humble yourself, because everybody has their own mistakes. Everybody has their flaws. Everybody has their downs. So to hold somebody to theirs so bad and label them to what their mistakes are, it doesn't make sense, because we all have. And if you can say that you are perfect, you have not done anything, you have not betrayed anyone, and sometimes betraying or doing something bad to somebody else is not intentional, right? Sometimes we might just be thinking of it as helping ourselves or whatever the case may be. But if nothing has really clicked in our head, maybe I shouldn't go that hard on this person, because I know I'm not perfect. I know I got some things going on, right? And just take responsibility. Take responsibility, and when you're holding people accountable, make sure you're doing the same for you, Don't hold people accountable to put them to shame and have them thinking that they're less than what they are. No, you should be holding them accountable so that they can rise above the occasion. But it also goes to the point where everybody needs to be honest with themselves and others, A lot of times I feel that people want to hide something because of the fact that they are ashamed of something. And when you are hiding something in secrecy, it holds power on you. You have that weight, right? A lot of times we know when we have secrets and we finally get to tell them, we're like, woo, weight has lifted, right? So it's just like, Don't let that be a tool of manipulation on yourself. Rise above it. Don't let your past hold you to a certain standard or limit. You have to rise above it. And the only way you can do that is by not just embracing it, but acknowledging it and making it known, but then moving past it. Because you cannot handle a situation if you do not want to talk about the situation. You can't move past something if you don't want to go face to face with it, right? How are you really going to say, I want to conquer, overcome this, if you can't deal with it? If you can't even say what it is, that thing still has power over you. So, that being said, who's perfect? Who gonna throw this first stone? Who? Let me know. Oh, exactly. Nobody is perfect. Nobody should be throwing any stones. You know why? Because then you gotta look back. Who should be throwing stones at me? And I know a couple people who could probably throw a couple stones at me, right? That's just because I'm not perfect. I have my flaws. I have my faults. I know that I am no better than the next person. And let me tell y'all something. No sin, people want to choose and pick and choose what sins are worse. Oh, a sin is a sin. I want to tell y'all that. And yes, there are things that definitely, like murdering is definitely a little worse. I'm not even going to say a little. It is definitely worse than cursing or something. But it is still a sin. You feel me? We are not perfect. We are all dealing with things in the closet that we got to let go and really move past. So, that being said, let's try to be a little more accepting in this world and not so quick to be, I'm doing this and this person is just so horrible. And I know, I had to really move past that because I realized that doing that, it was just really showing what kind of character I was, right? Especially when you're not even trying to help them. You're just really trying to call them out on what they're doing. It just shows what kind of character you are. It don't, most of the time when you spilling secrets and spilling the beans, guess what? People are looking at you like, yo, they're messy. They're not looking at the person that you're talking about saying, oh, well, dang, that's true. I mean, they might, but guess what? Guaranteed in the back of my head, they are definitely saying something about you too, right? So that being said, go out into the world and try to help somebody instead of just bringing them down because of their faults today. Try to be better and also help others become better, right? So I'll drop that scripture down. Y'all can read on it, find a little more the context of it, what the situation was exactly. Y'all can hit me up if y'all want to talk about it because I'm down for it. And that being said, drop your stones. Drop them because you have no right. Humble yourself, right? I love y'all and have a good day.